What is going on, guys? This is Richard Gaming with my review of Bleach chapter 570. And this chapter, it's actually pretty good. We got a pretty good conclusion to the Ashnod Rukia fight, and we're actually moving on to our next battle now. So the chapter, it starts off with Ashnod, and we see that he's now in his hospital room. And so we learn that this guy, he basically found it almost too painful to live, and he really like wanted to die. And he was saying that he wondered if it would be so painful like in heaven or hell, but he could only imagine it being like worse than hell. And so we see that Juha, he actually came to him because this guy was originally a Quincy, but it seems that he was like a half-breed. And so we all know about that spell, or that ritual that Juha Botch cast, that had basically took all the power from all these Quincy and gave it to him. But because Ashnod has survived this, it seems that Juha had gave him, the power of fear. And so we see him now that, he's full of fear, and that really, what he feels all this time. And of course he like apologizing to, Juha Botch, and he asking him to not be angry with him. And we go to the next page to see that this giant form that he took next is now frozen over, and we see that the top of his head is now gone, and we see the entire surrounding area is now covered in ice. And so we finally see Rukia Bankai, and just like how they always said she had the most beautiful Zanpakuto toe, in all Soul Society, I feel like her Bankai is the same way, because she looks gorgeous right now in this dress. I am definitely liking this get up, but I did wish that we could like see a color scheme of it, because I do wonder, like how would she look colorful in this, because I would imagine that her dress is probably white and the other parts have some color to it. But her Bankai is definitely gorgeous, so I do feel like she definitely deserves that. But we see now at her hands, we see that they're now cracking, but Byakuya quickly takes hold of her hand, and he's talking to her about let it melt slowly, and that she should take her time, because if she doesn't, then things can be troublesome. So basically her Bankai, it's pretty much like her Shikai power, about the whole absolute zero thing, about where she can basically only move for like 4 seconds. Her Bankai is kind of like that, but on a much bigger scale, because we see now that like her entire body is like made of ice, and if she's not careful, then it could be dangerous. Like even Byakuya was saying that it's a breathtaking Bankai, but if she's not careful, because there's like no margin for error, so even the slightest miscalculation could like cost her life. So she had to be very careful with this, because let's say that she uses her Bankai, but it doesn't hit the enemy, or she like messes up, then that would basically the end for her. And so now Byakuya wants to leave, because he was saying that Soul Society now needs them, and they really can't waste time here. So we actually go to Isane, and we see that she is still tending to the captain. I believe that's what she's still working on. But we also see Yachiro as well, and she actually bought like some bed or something from the Quincy's. And so now like Yachiro, she having like some real fun here, and she making this into a game. And she was saying that Kenpachi won't be coming back. So I would imagine that even though Kenpachi did win that fight, I'm guessing that like neither one of them knows about that. So maybe that's why she thinks that Kenpachi could be dead. But of course, Isane was like wondering, how have they not been found yet, especially with the way she is. But then she hears this like mysterious voice, and then we finally see who belongs to this creepy ass Quincy, who has like this extreme lazy eye going on. This guy looks so freaking disgusting. And so we see now Yachiro, she actually manages to punch him, and it seemed like a pretty good punch actually, but he actually died. I mean, he actually vanishes almost instantly. And so we see that like now we have Yachiro, who actually got hit back, and that punch seemed to be very devastating, as we see that her eyes, like one of her eyes, almost closes instantly. And so now we learn that this Quincy that has now found them, he has the letter V, and that stands for vanishing point. And basically, he can erase his entire presence, not only from their sight, but also out of their mind. So that right there is definitely, a pretty cool power. Now, I'm not gonna lie here, because even after Yachiru had punched him, she was saying that she didn't even know what she was trying to hit. So that right there goes to show you the kind of power he has. But I feel like this fight right here, or at least what it's going to lead to, is possible for a Kenpachi return. I'm going to put that out there because we all know that there's no way Kenpachi would ever let Yachiru die. Or it's for these two characters to get some major character development, because of course nobody knows what they can do. Even though we have seen Isane Shika before, we have no idea what kind of power it has. And Yachiru had never seen me fighting at all, but it had been hinted at that she is quite powerful. So I would love to see these two characters possibly do something. But if they can't, then my boy Kenpachi definitely is gonna come back. But like I said, this chapter, it was definitely pretty good. I enjoyed it, even though we got this creepy ass Quincy to deal with right now. I still think that the chapter was pretty good. So as always, please do not forget to like the video and subscribe, because that really helps me out. And you guys take it easy, and I will see you all next time.